I started making documentaries with a series called Hands That Build Bhutan. And each episode of that A Day in the Life series started with a quote. I can't quite remember it accurately, but it went like democracy is based on the belief that ordinary people have extraordinary potential. Or was it there are extraordinary potential in ordinary people? Anyway, if anyone who's watching this knows that quote or remembers that line from my documentary, then please share it in the comment below. Hi, my name is Karma Dendrup, and this being a Wednesday, it's another episode of season 2 of hashtag My Take. Today, I didn't know whether to go with the alphabet I or the alphabet T, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because I didn't know whether I wanted to talk about it in the sense of I for internet or T for tariff. And as I'm saying this, I think it will make more sense to call it T for tariff, because we already have internet here in Bhutan, which brings me to talking about today's My Take, which is T for tariff. My take is never about pointing fingers, but having said that, I don't know if it's the previous government and because I remember they also had made some pledges and some promises. But for a fact, I know that this government, the current government, had also made promises with regard to tariffs. And given the age that I am at, and having gone through now, what is this? Is this our fourth government? We have had our fair share of how political parties and politicians make promises and pledges, but once they come into power, it's a different story to bring it to life. And being cognizant and mindful about what the challenges are and not getting into all of that, what I wanted to share with regard to tariff is that last year, somewhere in the beginning or mid-year, there was some news and there was some noise about the pledge that the current government had made was going to come into effect. But sadly, the year has finished. We are in 2026, but those tariffs didn't come into effect. And my problem is with the fact that it's not that I find myself in a situation where I can't afford my internet. I am very fortunate, grateful, and I am also grateful of being in the position that I am, where be it the mobile data on my phone or be it the Wi-Fi connection, even with the recent increase or the new scheme and plan that Tashi Cell put into effect, I am happy with the internet speed. But the irony of where we as Bhutanese find ourselves in 2026 is the pledge that was made with regard to decreasing the tariff didn't come into effect, but starting from January 1st, the GST has come into effect. And while the increase in my personal scenario and financial situation is very, very minimal, but I am doing this video with the concern that it might not be the same for a lower income family or individual. And the saddest thing about this tariff, which was promised and which didn't come into effect, which was supposed to come into effect last year but didn't, is that we find ourselves in this age of AI where almost everything can conveniently be done online, and one can even keep herself or himself engaged and entertained and learn from being online. And sadly, when we have the kind of tariffs that we have here in Bhutan, it really, really clips the wings of our future citizens, the youth of Bhutan, who we extol and we elevate and we say have so much promise, and they are going to take Bhutan to the next era in our development. But I find it ironic and to that detriment that if we don't do something about this tariff. So yeah, today's my take is about that. Uh, we are in some sense crippling. If that's too drastic a word, then I think we are definitely slowing the next generation from learning and keeping up with the times, with the kind of tariff and other taxes that we seem to be implementing. Plus, thank you. If you have any thoughts on what I shared, then please do share it in the comment below. And if you don't agree as well also, then please do comment and share below. And if you think I can improve my take in any way, then I am all ears. So I'll catch you in the next one.